This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines. Democrats are accusing the state's Agency for Healthcare Administration of improper politicking for information released on the abortion referendum. But DeSantis says everything has been above board. What spurred the controversy is the AHCA website, including statements like, quote, current Florida law protects women. Amendment 4 threatens women's safety. Democratic leaders argue in part the agency is violating state law, barring government employees from using their office or authority to try and influence elections. DeSantis says the AHCA is providing people with accurate information and, quote, everything that's put out is factual. It's not electioneering. A 4-year push to save an undeveloped piece of land in Pinellas County is reaching its final deadline. WMNF's Chris Young reports a nonprofit organization continues its fight to save the land.
The West Closterman Preserve spans 14 acres of upland scrub habitat in Tarpon Springs. It's home to an active gopher tortoise population and a variety of endangered plant species. WK Preservation Group agreed to a deadline of September 15th to raise $1.5 million towards purchasing the land. As of Monday morning, they were at just under $400,000 raised. Tex Carter is the president of the Preservation Group.
Pinellas County, most of us who live here know that it's 98% developed and 1% is under development to become condos, high-rises, shopping centers, etc. There's only about 1% of undeveloped natural habitat still left.
Pinellas County offered half of the $3 million needed to buy the land, with the activist agreeing to raise the other half. WKPG plans to immediately donate the land to Pinellas County for eternal preservation alongside another county-owned preserve.
World Suicide Prevention Day is today. The National Alliance of Mental Illness calls it a time to raise awareness of this urgently important crisis. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay President and CEO Clara Reynolds says that's what her organization is trying to do. Last month, the Crisis Center fielded over 1,200 suicide calls. That's about 41 a day. Reynolds says no matter how someone is feeling, help is as easy as calling 988.
You don't have to have insurance. You don't have to have anything. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you've got a phone and you can call 988 and you will be connected to an organization like the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay to help you in your crisis.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 14 and 25 to 34. But Reynolds says it's the only cause that is 100% preventable. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, you can dial 988 to reach the National Suicide Hotline. You'll be connected to a trained professional ready to provide de-escalation and intervention techniques. More than 4,100 deaths this year have been linked to COVID-19. That number has jumped in the last 2 weeks, but is still pacing slower than previous years in Florida. Miami-Dade has the most reported deaths with 408. Pinellas saw 241, followed by Hillsborough with 206, Polk with 159, and Pasco County with 131. Tropical storm Francine is turning in the Gulf of Mexico with increasing strength and is expected to reach hurricane status today before making landfall in Louisiana. Francine is the 6th named storm of the hurricane season and is expected to crash ashore tomorrow afternoon. The National Hurricane Center is also monitoring 2 other tropical disturbances in the Atlantic. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will meet for the first time face-to-face tonight in Philadelphia. This debate is a high-pressure opportunity to showcase their starkly different visions for the country after a tumultuous campaign summer. Harris is intent on demonstrating that she can press the Democratic case against Trump better than Biden did. Trump, in turn, is trying to paint the vice president as an out-of-touch liberal while trying to win over voters skeptical that he should return to the White House. I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.